What's happening, guys? We're back with yet another video. So for this one, we're actually going to be talking about clay balls. You heard me right, clay balls. These are also called seed bombs. So basically, it's an old guerrilla growing technique. It wasn't really invented, but it's a very old style. And there's this Japanese gentleman who actually made it the guerrilla growing style fairly revolutionary, so to speak. I'm going to slaughter his name, so I'm going to spell it instead. um, it's Masanobu, which is Masanobu, uh, Fukuoka, Fukuoka. Check him out. He has some very inspirational stuff. um, his techniques are very, very hands off. And even if everything is a little bit, uh, I mean, I believe what this man is saying is definitely correct, but the usability for everyone is not going to be the same because not all of us have a 100-acre farm that we can do this on. So I'm sure you understand what I mean. And also, some of us, we actually have really bad quality soil that we need to fix and amend before we could follow his practices. Now, um, I did a quick Google search. It's seedbomb.ie that I'm currently on. It's the history of the seed bomb. Uh, but anyways, it says that he incorporated his ancestral gardening techniques into his own farming methods, and in so doing started a revolution. Seed bombs are an ancient Japanese practice. I'm going to destroy this, called Suchi Dango, which is Tsuchidango, meaning earth dumpling. Seed bombs are made from clay earth. Seed bombs were reintroduced in 1938 by a Japanese microbiologist and farmer. He lived from 1913 to 2008 and was also the author of the One Straw Revolution. Basically, this gentleman began a mixture of permaculture and old techniques to kind of help save the earth. Well, we went ahead and made some, and there are things to note about the designs. I will not be making these again. Um, so those of you that know, I actually grow predominantly in sand. Um, so water retention is not something we have here. Yes, we did use pure clay. Now, that was part of the problem. The other problem we ran into was the seeds that I was using. They're just old. That's why we used them. It's like they probably weren't going to pop anyways, but we just wanted to see how efficient the clay ball itself was. Um, Once I dried these out, I have not yet been able to keep them hydrated, if that makes sense, without having to basically plant them into a pot or a starter. So it kind of kills the whole point. Um, I did find another way we're going to be looking into. But first, just to tell you guys how I did this. So the reason that it's a way of broadcasting seed out. You can just chunk it into an area you can't get to, and things will begin to grow. Guerrilla growing technique. So basically, I took some of the clay that we made from the pottery video, or not the pottery video, the clay for pottery making. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and stop. Check out that video. And basically, I just made small little flat cakes. Flattened them out best I could. Rubbed a bunch of soil on it. Put our seeds. We did some intercropping, so I just did some quick Google searches on the seeds that I had and what paired well together to start, doing intercropping while we're doing this. Since we're going for more of a, natural food forest design that'll kind of help retain moisture, take a little bit more better care of itself, um, and help repel this heat, really. So we took this, and I think this one has like okra in it at some point. So it's like some of the seeds are good, Not all of them were bad. Some were actually pretty fresh, so like they should be able to you know uh, to 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 grow fairly well. So I went ahead and broke a little piece off for you guys. So you can see in there. You can see the seeds. So like with the crack, you know, something like this should easily be able to seed out, but they haven't so far. It's been a few weeks, and like I said, the reason is it's because of hydration. So what we're going to be doing, I found another method that's a little bit easier for areas that get really hot. We're going to be taking like potting mix and pro mix, and then we'll take our seeds and we'll still do the intercropping. We'll pour all of the seeds into like maybe like a mason jar like this, um, fill it with seeds, put the soil in, leave a space, and cap it off, shake it up, or stir it up or something. You know, we'll figure it out. And then basically you take that mixture and you just sling and broadcast it out into an area. We are going to have some ways of we have some like old tomato cans out there, which I'll show a video on all this stuff later. But basically, we're just going to kind of broadcast it into that can, you know, a little area so we can mark and we know what's growing where, so we don't pull, you know, what we think is a weed and it turns out it's like a beneficial herb or food for, you know, later. Uh, so we're going to switch over to that. It's just going to be easier to get them going. I can put a little bit of mulch on top and not have to care as much. As long as there's water on it, they'll be a-okay. That's pretty much what we've learned there. This will probably be a much shorter video just because of that. Uh, I put almost 3 boxes filled to the top in our garden, and like I said, it's just with our current setup too hard to keep them wet. Now, the reason I messed up is I didn't have enough potting soil in the clay when I was, you know, doughing it up, so to speak. So that was part of the issue. Like I said, the other issue, excuse me, was actually just the fact that we used old seed. And I found one video. I didn't find a whole lot, but there was this couple. They did a similar technique, but with the potting soil, as I mentioned, and their success was significantly higher. And it was just on an old berm out on their property, and it was growing food galore. They did intercrop, but not efficiently. So, like, they just put random stuff together. I would like to more efficiently put flowers with the herbs to help protect the main fruiting plant with the main fruiting plants. So, for example, like marigold, onion, uh, tomato, and I'm trying to think of another good one. I think carrots. Was it carrots? Something like that. But y'all get the concept. It just multiple beneficial things that can grow out of a central location without competing too much, and attracting beneficial pollinators, and you know, this, that, and the other. So that's pretty much what we learned. And so yeah, I'll do an update on that later. Like I said, our homestead update, you will see all of that. Um, and yeah, so don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, guys. Like it, don't like it, whatever. Have a question. Maybe you want me to do a video on something. If I don't know it, I will learn it. Come up with some designs and share that with you guys on here so we can all learn together. You guys have a good one. We'll see you on the next video. Peace. Be kind out there and have a great day.